Welcome, and I'm here to share a recipe with you, and this is an appetizer. And what it's called is Minty Lamb Pops. Let me tell you what you're going to need for this appetizer. You're going to need a brick of Philadelphia cream cheese, and I have diced it up a little bit to make it easier to mix into the lamb. You're going to need milk. This is for the sauce because we're going to have a sauce also. And you're going to need an additional half cup of cream cheese. You're going to need mint apple jelly. We're going to use 1 tablespoon for the sauce, and we're going to use 2.5 tablespoons, which I have already measured out, for the lamb. You're going to need pepper, salt, and you're going to need cracked dried rosemary. Okay, so we're going to start first with the lamb pops, the Minty Lamb Pops. And I'm going to go ahead and add the cream cheese. Get it all in there. And the jelly. Let's get that all in there. Get that down in there. There we go. We're going to use this ½ teaspoon of the cracked rosemary, a pinch of salt, and a couple turns on the old pepper grinder. There we go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stir this with my hands. It's quicker, it's more thorough, and it's just a habit of mine, and it's the way I like to do things sometimes. Just makes the process a little quicker. And then I know it's completely blended. Also will help when I go to make the little pops, be sure that they don't fall apart when I cook them. So I've already done a lot of blending. There we go. Looking good. Almost there. I'm making a lot of noise with that bowl. As you can see, you can barely see the clumps of cream cheese anymore. Looks like the jelly's all blended in. And then what you're going to do when you're finished is you're going to take and make a little ball. That's a little too much. I'm going to take that away. And you can see the size of that ball in my hand? Okay, and then you're going to mush it down a little bit like a little patty. Can you see how it's going to, now I might be calling it a pop? And so you're going to do this with the rest of the meat and set it aside on a platter. So while I'm doing that, go get a glass of water or something, I'll be right back with you. Okay, welcome back. And as you can see, I've started to cook these nice, lovely Minty Lamb Pops. They already smell good. And what you do is you put enough heated oil to cover the bottom of the pan. That's going to vary because of the size of your pan. Then you're going to go ahead and place your lamb patties in the hot oil. You are, ooh, did you see that? That wasn't just really special. You don't want to do that at home. And you're going to place them in there about 3.5–4 minutes on one side, and then turn them over, cook another 3.5–4 minutes. That should leave them a little pink inside, which is great for me. If you don't want there to be pink in the middle, you go ahead and cut one. Want to put it back in, go right ahead and cook it a little bit longer. As you can see, you've already got some ready. Don't they look delicious? See those nice little pops? Minty Lamb Pops. Don't think so, Hogan. Hogan's waiting for one to drop. Let me come on over here. We're going to let those rest while I make the sauce. So here we have that ½ cup of cream cheese. And of course, it's Philadelphia cream cheese. And I'm going to get a fork out of here. I'm going to go ahead and add a tablespoon of this lovely mint apple jelly. It likes to stick to that measuring spoon. And ½ cup of milk is going to go in also. There we go. Let me set that over here. And I am going to blend this with a fork. Go slowly at first so that you're not splattering it all over the place. This is not going to be, real thick. You don't want it to. You don't want it to be too thick. You want it to be able to, when you dip the pops in, that it just lightly sticks. Gives it a little added flavor, creamy, minty flavor. So let me get this stirred up. Get this sauce ready. You can serve the sauce right away after you make it, or I prefer it to be chilled. Do it ahead of time, the sauce. Put it in the refrigerator and have it a little bit chilled. Has a little bit more flavor that way. So let's get this all stirred up. And I think that looks good. Now, something else you need to do is you need to get yourself some fresh rosemary. And I'm going to use those for plating and for serving. And let me show you what I mean by that. Alright, that's nice. I'm going to set that aside. So here's some fresh rosemary. And so you're going to take it, and you'll notice that there's a rather large stem in the middle. And so I'm going to pull back on a few of these. And I'm not going to, don't throw those away, ladies. Don't throw those away. I'm going to scrape those aside and so that we have a stem. I have a couple here. Alright, I'm going to pull this a little closer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my pop. I'm going to stick it right through. And as you can see, we've got our little Minty Lamb Pops. And they're ready for dipping. And I'm going to take a break right now, and I'm going to go ahead and get these ready. And I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and look! Isn't that beautiful? And I'm going to have to say, not to die for it, I haven't even tasted it yet. So there's all the rosemaries, and these are our Minty Lamb Pops. And here is the cream cheese. Remember, we mixed up with a little bit of the mint jelly and some milk. And here's that leftover rosemary that we had stripped off a couple of the stems. And this is just for a little garnishing. And we want to leave room to dip. So now let me grab one. And as you can see, it's very handy. You just pick it up with your stem. And of course, you can smell, oh, the rosemary is really good. And then you just dip in. And of course, I need a paper towel. I'm going to say it one more time just to die for it. Oh, it's very good. Yep. Well, I'm glad you came. I hope you try it. They're delicious. And forgive me for talking with my mouth full, but it was really, really good.